because we're so passionate about what we do. How have you dealt with all of the people who have dropped off, and have you opened up a new network? Are you picking up new contacts? How are you dealing with that? Because I know that's a natural thing that happens to everyone that thinks big.
Well, I can count my friends on my hands, like literally on one hand actually, and one of them is my boyfriend. He's my best friend, and to me, to be honest with you, I don't really need all the other people around me. I've got my team. I see them every single day, so they're like my sisters. And then I've got my two best friends that just understand. They've always understood that I'm a hard worker, and I can't keep anyone else because they're all into either, partying and doing their thing, or, conversations are so stale. Like, I have nothing to contribute, and that,
Does it look at you weird? Like, when you talk so passionately about what you do?
Yeah.
Because I know people look at me weird. Yeah. Like, I'll talk about my thing, and they will look at me and go, "You are the biggest tryhard."
You know what I mean? It's almost like you don't want to talk about it because you think, you're not going to think that I'm serious.
Yeah.
So don't worry about it.
It's like they don't believe you, you know what I mean?
You know what I've done? This is what I've done. I've turned my clients into my friends. And the good thing about doing that is you can talk about hair and be an expert all you want, but guess what? They're paying for it, so you don't sound dumb.
Yeah.
That's what they're paying for.
Yeah.
So I get to come into a job.
And they love that too.
That's
they
right.
love that level of service.
That's right. So I get to come into a job where I talk about what I love day in and day out. And they're paying me for it. So
and
they're not looking at me funny.
Yeah.
They're expecting it. They'd look at me funny if I didn't.
You're providing something besides their hair, and
that's right.
They're giving you something back, being financial.
And the sessions are so fun; they become your friends. I don't have time for friends. I work 6 days a week.
So that topic there is a big issue for a lot of people trying to think big and be an expert in their field and really be passionate about what they do, because they're worried about what other people are going to think. And for me, it took me a while to kind of understand that natural progression of that's just what happens in human nature. So what I guess we want to talk about is, the new networks that you're making now, which are your clients. Are you seeing them outside of the business as well? Like, do you see them as lifelong friends, like past?
Look, I do. There's a very, very few, fair few of them. I don't go out and party with my clients and stuff like that. But we know every year we get together for our Christmas party, for instance. That's just one thing that we do. And I have clients that I message on a daily basis. I get them to do my online shopping for me because they're better at it than me. Like, we have that connection. Hi, Hayley, if you're listening.
Hayley's the best.
Hayley's the best. We love Hayley. Hayley is our team member.
Hayley's just launched her website.
Two new ebooks as well. I think it's
HayleyWesterby.com.
Yeah, everyone check out our new website.
We get I have a few that we just clicked straight off the bat, and it's because they're doing, just like Hayley, great things themselves. So I'm able to connect with those kinds of people a lot more, and bond with them better. It's
awesome because these people are on the same wavelength as you. So when you're talking passionately about your goals, your focus, your passion, and the mentors that are around you, they're speaking your language.
That's right.
Right?
And off the back of that, I'm just thinking about talking about the same, speaking the same language as our clients. One thing I have noticed, in particular the last 12 to 18 months, the clientele that we have attracted in this business is very like for like.
Yeah.
So,
it's a law of attraction.
Absolutely. We've got some really successful, inspiring clients that come in here. And they're all really close-knit, and it's really beautiful to come in here for me and to see on a Wednesday or a Saturday or a Tuesday and see these clients in here inspiring one another and inspiring you even.
We're all learning from each other. That's the beautiful thing, because when, the type of people that we want to attract are people who we want them to share their experience and their knowledge. Like, a lot of people ask me, they go, why do you do a podcast? Like, you don't even sell anything on it. You don't even make any money on it. It's like, well, I really think it's an obligation of mine to share my experience, to share my knowledge, because I've got so much experience and history
I
in
would track that also,
entrepreneurship.
because you do make money off it, because I learn from you and then I bring you money. So you do.
Indirectly, very, very indirectly. But you know, like it is a passion of mine. Like put it this way: I don't do it to directly make money, and I don't do it for the money. I actually do it because I love it. I love sharing my experiences, and I know you guys do as well, because we all play a role as experts in our businesses, right? And we all have our strengths and we all have our weaknesses, and we've all had our experiences with our adversities and whatnot, which we want these guys who are listening to learn from. Like if you don't have to go through these mistakes yourself, learn from us, right?
It's community service.
Yeah, back in the day, right? You didn't have the power of podcasts and the internet, YouTube, all of those sort of things. You really would have to dig deep into these big books and read mistakes of these mentors.
This is just like when I started hair. I wanted to learn, and I'm buying DVDs and I'm buying books. Who does that now? No one's going to bring out a book or a DVD on hair. You're going to bring out an Instagram page with a 1-minute video. It's changed so much. So much.
But there's a lot of shit out there as well. There is a lot of garbage you've got to filter through, and it's why it's important to do things like this, where we communicate this message in audio format, and you've got your videos as well, and sometimes you guys write your articles. I know I do. So there's so many different ways to communicate our message, to make it known to the world that we are experts in our field, so people do listen to us, right?
I think there's no excuse these days. If we're talking about high performance now, or if we're talking about execution and success, then, because this is a highly successful salon and it's well known in the industry, we know that. We've deliberately put ourselves out there on social media, in the spotlight in the industry, as industry leaders, and we're proud of that. We're not going to stop. But it's almost like there's that much good stuff out there on social media, as you say, on Instagram. As you say, Zah, people are just putting content out there every single minute of the day. There's no excuse to be mediocre or average. You've got everything there at your disposal. So it's almost that you've changed so much and you've developed into an amazing leader, and you have so much more to go, which is really exciting. Because you have so much to offer, you almost have an obligation to pass that on. So is that through, obviously, your team? How do you pass all of this knowledge and your personal development into your team, and then how do you see yourself passing it on to our viewers in the future?
So I meet with my girls on a weekly basis, and I love that time when we get together and we discuss the week and what we can improve on. And I rarely sit down in a meeting because I'm so passionate about it. I'm standing up and I'm like, oh, settle down, Sarah, almost like you're yelling. You're yelling at them. I'm not yelling, I'm just pumped. So we meet with the girls weekly, and we go over on ways to improve, come up with new social media ideas. That's a big one for us. But I'm always pushing the girls to think big and think different, and finding their own ways, and most importantly, being their own version of being them, because they're not.
They're amazing.
They're amazing. They are amazing, and we're all so different. There's no other Sarah, there's no other Nikki, and there's no other Brittany. All three of us are different, and we carry something different to each and every client also. So I meet with them weekly and we go over everything, and then come up with new ideas, and then most importantly execute them, because nothing irritates me more, and you can ask the girls this, than coming up with these great ideas and never executing on them. It's wasted. I call it wasted time in a meeting. I'd rather not talk about it, because if we're not going to execute on it, that's just fine. Let's talk about something simple like cleaning, or something that we're actually going to do. So what we came up with when we were brainstorming ideas was to do a workshop, and we want to hold these workshops in our salon on a monthly basis for our clients to begin with, and then maybe progress into maybe more the hairstylist role. Have these workshops where we're educating our clients, showing them new products, teaching them ways to how to use these products, all these different little things, but also turn it into a glamorous event where you almost feel like a movie star coming and doing something for yourself. And I just find that no one else is really doing that. Yes, people have courses where I go to them. I go to educational courses all the time where I'm listening to other hairstylists, you know, things in my field.
Do you feel as though they're missing that burning desire in those courses?
Yeah, I think you need to have the, fire to want to teach someone that knows nothing.
Yeah.
To try and teach someone that knows nothing is 10 times harder than teaching someone that knows, you know, what you know, but maybe a little bit less.
The challenge, isn't it?
Yeah, it's a challenge, and once they get it, it's going to be 10 times more rewarding. It's like, look at me go. It's like almost like your little children learning things for themselves, you know. It's like, yes, I did that.
It's an achievement.
It is. You've got to have little achievements along the way.
Just a question, because we're going to run out of time soon, but I just wanted to get this one in before anyone else has to ask questions. But for anyone out there in any field, in any industry, you know, what is your advice for them if they feel as though, for example, you're in the industry for, call it 19 years before you ran into this job, and then all of a sudden your passion for life, your passion for your job became second to none. It was the first thing in your life. What is your advice for people that are stuck in the position that you were in before you started at 266?
I think it's really important to weigh out the pros and the cons and not use comfortable as an excuse. Put aside comfortable for 2 minutes and then place your pros and your cons, because sometimes comfortableness outweighs everything and you just get stuck in the same position that you're constantly in. You never change. So just go for it. It sounds so cliche, it sounds dumb, but go for it and put yourself out there each and every day for everyone to see, because you're going to have different ideas to everyone else. We'll all have different ideas in our minds. We need to tap into that and find them, because half of these things that are on the world that exist right now were made up from different people's ideas. We didn't all have the same idea. It's called inventions. We all have them. They're waiting to come out. So I think, you know, putting yourself out there more, not caring if you look silly doing it. I don't care if I get 5 likes on my photo and I tried something different. I don't care if I get 10 views. And that happens on a weekly basis, by the way. I don't care. I'm going to continue making that content until one day someone sees it for what I think it is, basically.
Wow, that's power.
It is power.
That's power.
And I have a loud voice, so it makes it 10 times more powerful.
I love it.
Can I just say, what's just as powerful, if not more, is that the dark night behind this whole thing that keeps me going and keeps me being able to strive and scale the business and constantly innovate and drive everyone else, and then cascading down to you and your team and so forth, is you, the mastermind behind this whole thing. So I know you sit behind the scenes a lot and you don't have a lot to do with the operations at all, really.
Well, I basically do everything around here.
He just comes in and goes, so, what's been happening?
Look, this whole experience of running businesses has been a roller coaster of a ride, but it's something that I just truly love, and I'm super passionate about passing that down the line where I can, and just having everyone succeed around me. I mean, too many people are worried about, you know, just succeeding for themselves. They're so selfish. Like for me, like I want everyone to win. Everyone, because that gives me most pleasure. So, you know, like, hey, hopefully we're here for another 6 years, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's why people do good for you, because we do feel like you do that. We do feel like you want everyone to succeed, so that's why you have it all working out for you.
Fantastic. Well, guys, that's going to wrap us up for another week. We're here with our special guest tonight, Sarah from Salon 266, which is Zah and Jade's salon and part of their group of businesses that they do own. If you guys are interested in the services, you can contact Sarah on her personal Instagram or the salon Instagram. It's sarah.salon266, and the Instagram for the salon is salon266, or you can find us online. That's Grow Your Future for another day. We're going to have another episode tomorrow night with another special guest, which you guys will be pretty surprised about. I'm
Doubling
pretty sure.
down this week.
Yeah, we're going hard this week.
We didn't lie when we were like, let's level up for 2018. Is it December yet?
Yeah.
I'm exhausted.
Holidays.
Yeah.
So that'll wrap us up for another week, guys. Thank you very much for listening, and we'll speak to you tomorrow.
Thanks,
Bye.
guys.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
See you guys.